How now, brown gal?
No, I was talking to you. No, not her. Maybe don't wear a bra next time.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. You hear me? Andre! Look at me! I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry.
Yo, what's up, guys? Boy, Benny. More than ever, the crime that you commit every single day against the regime is noticing. You are noticing the fact that Joe Biden has dementia. You are noticing the fact that they are importing millions of new voters. You are noticing the fact that everything is getting worse in this country and that your dollar buys less and that there is a criminal cabal from both sides, Republicans and Democrats, that run everything and control everything and wish to have a worse life for you. The fact that you notice that is illegal. You can't notice these things. You get banned from social media if you start noticing, okay? So being a noticer is one of the biggest crimes, a thought crime, in fact. And ladies and gentlemen, this is something that Joe Biden is raging about as hot mic moments begin to drop against him for being so old and so degenerate and so diseased that he didn't realize that his microphone was literally on as he wobbled around the State of the Union and picked up clips like this. Here's Jerry Nadler saying, nobody's going to talk about cognitive decline because you just screamed at us and spit and cough through squinty little eyes for the last 90 minutes in like a rage-filled, jacked up Joe Biden Adderall and cocaine-fueled speech. And Joe Biden goes, sometimes I wish I have cognitive decline. Who says that?
Nobody's going to talk about cognitive impairment now.
Yeah. You were on fire.
I kind of wish sometimes there was cognitive impairment.
Sometimes I wish I was cognitively impaired, says the resident of the White House. Arguably the most powerful man in the world, just based on the fact that he could hit a button, launch a nuclear war, right? So it's like, that's really scary. The literal transcript from the resident of the White House. So I kind of wish sometimes I was cognitively impaired. That's Joe Biden. I guess me too, considering the fact that I have to cover Joe Biden news every single day just like this. But it's not exactly this quote that is getting him the most pushback. Here is a hot mic moment from Joe Biden where he says that the leader of Israel, the democratically elected leader of Israel, a guy named Bibi Netanyahu, needs to come to Jesus. Based and also, what? That seems like maybe the not the right terminology to use when you are dealing with the leader of Israel, at least from a political perspective, right? From a politically correct perspective. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden, and his handler has to come sprinting in to try and save him.
I was telling your secretary, I was in Jordan and Israel this weekend, and we just, we got to keep pushing what we're doing on the humanitarian stuff and all this stuff. So
I told him, baby, I'm going to beat this. I said, baby, you know I should come to Jesus. Sure, just...
And then the guy... So you can hear there, it's a little bit muffled, but you can hear Joe Biden say, I told him we're going to have a come to Jesus moment. So that's what Joe Biden is saying to the leader of the Jewish nation. Well done, Joe. Really well done. And you can see the handler. Look at this. Look at the guy like over Joe Biden's left hand shoulder there. The guy comes sprinting in. Look at this poor guy.
Sir, just
a reminder, we're on a hot mic. Okay, so what is the crime here? The crime is that you noticed what Joe Biden was saying on a microphone. Joe Biden was asked yesterday before a speech, does Mr. Netanyahu need to come to Jesus? Biden says, I didn't say that. What about after? You guys are eavesdropping. Your crime is noticing.
Debate with former President Trump.
it depends on his behavior.
Do you regret using the word illegal to describe immigrants last night, sir?
Well, I don't regret it. Technically not supposed to be here.
Why does Mr. Netanyahu need a come to Jesus meeting? What is wrong with you?
I didn't say that in the speech.
After the What speech? About after the speech?
You guys eavesdropping on things.
But does that show your level of frustration with him on humanitarian aid? Does he need to be doing more?
Oh,
yes,
man.
he does.
Oh, man. You guys are eavesdropping, says Joe Biden. Okay, and so Joe Biden gives the speech in order to prove that he doesn't have mental and cognitive decline. He gets hyped up and hopped up on whatever cocktail they shoved into his veins, and Joe Biden goes out there and screams and rants for for more than an hour, slurring his words, like hyped up, jacked up, like screaming, shouting and yelling and speeding through his speech. I mean, it was truly, the guy must have been on speed. And so then Joe Biden goes and delivers a post-State of the Union rally, okay? So all these people are paid to go in there in this teeny little auditorium, and Joe Biden stands there and is supposed to be giving this like deeply uplifting and comprehensive redux of what he talked about at the State of the Union, because he's so powerful and he's so with it and he's so strong. And believe me, he wishes he was cognitively impaired. Then Joe Biden does something like this. He tells everyone in the room that every world leader has grabbed his arm, pulled him aside, and said, "You can't win again." What an inspiring message from Joe Biden. Have a listen.
I spent over almost 200 hours with the leaders of Europe, the heads of state. I know them all. I've known them well. And guess what? You know what every one of them says to me, virtually except Orban? I'm serious. As we leave these meetings, indirectly, they grab my arm and they pull me aside. I'm serious. They pull me aside and say, "You've got to, you can't win again."
You can't win again. Okay, Joe Biden wasn't done there. Joe Biden, Pennsylvania, I have a message for you. Send me to Congress.
Pennsylvania, I have a message for you. Send me to Congress that I can support this right, and I promise you, if we take back Congress, we will restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land.
Send me to Congress. Okay, pal. Jeez. Been in the government for like 700 years. You'd think you would know how the government operates. You are running for the executive branch, Joe. Joe Biden, of course, very obsessed with Congress, very obsessed with a specific date in Congress. January 6th, you would say? Nope. Actually, it's July 6th. The Capitol, the same building where our freedoms came under assault on July the 6th. Check this out.
Last night, in the U.S. Capitol, the same building where our freedoms came under assault on July the 6th.
And then, of course, something you definitely shouldn't say, given the current state of the U.S. economy, we've added more to the national debt than any president in his term in all of history. Well, actually, shockingly, that would be correct, actually. So far be it for me to criticize Joe Biden for saying something truthful.
We cut the deficit, and we added more to the national debt than any president in his term in all of history, and under Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. We've added more. We've added more to the national debt. Again, they're like tweeting that this is some type of like badass speech, that this is some type of like big own. If you're tired, you probably watched my address last night. I got a warm reception from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, again, dude, like, do you remember what actually happened in Congress? Like, do you remember what happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene? She trolled you into saying Lincoln Riley's name wrong, and then also trolled you into using the term illegal. But this is what they're running on. This is what they're running on one-liners that have been written and rehearsed and given to Joe Biden, and he still messes them up. Of course, this has nothing to do with anything. Kamala Harris just running over to the nearest television camera, saying that she is absolutely ready to take over as president of the United States.
He also asked about Republican criticism of her readiness for the job.
Listen, as it relates to me, I'm ready if necessary, but it's not going to be necessary.
Yes, this is what normal people sound like. I'm ready to, I have a full plan for how to burn down your entire house, okay? And nobody knows it was me, but don't worry, I won't actually do that. I just have a full plan ready, okay? I'm ready for it, all right? Oh, so good. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the crimes are that we are noticing. So keep noticing, all right? And it's never been easier, and it's time to win in November, and it's time to march forward and to recognize that there's quite a bit at stake here. They're going to try and psyop you. They're going to try and trick you and say none of this is actually happening. The biggest crime and the most important thing you can do right now is notice. Please join a entire movement of noticers here on our channel. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Benny. Stay based. See ya.